All right, everybody, welcome in season 3, episode 20 of the Swishlist Podcast. We have so much, as always, to talk to you about today, all about the NBA. We will start, of course, by talking about Jayson Tatum and his incredible return to the NBA. Detroit is backsliding. What does that mean in the East? The Knicks are winning. The Celtics are winning. What's going to happen? The Spurs truly are the best team in basketball. We are watching Victor Wembanyama go to the next level. We're going to talk about it. The Timberwolves moving up in the standings. That means other teams are sliding in the standings. The Hornets are making a strong case to be a playoff team. Luka and Austin Reaves play well without LeBron again. Did you know that LeBron has more playoff wins than the majority of NBA franchises? We talk about it. We talk about LeBron and comparing eras. We do a shooting guard gauntlet, one-on-one matchups, and we'll close out the pod by talking about this last episode of Extracted with Rhoman. I'm super excited to get into it, Rhoman. Let's jump right in. I can just hear the Celtics announcer saying, Jayson Tatum, in my head. It's been playing over and over again. I'm so excited to see this guy back on the floor. 299 days from tearing his Achilles, and Jayson Tatum looks like Jayson Tatum. Rhoman, what stands out to you about Tatum's game in these last two that he's played?
It was just good to see him back, first of all. I mean, the short turnaround, I expected him to be out this entire season. The injury was less than a year ago, like you said. Just under 300 days since he played. And you could see it. The hype was there. Everybody was excited. No restrictions on his minutes. Like, this is a healthy Tatum. And the jitters were there. Everything was kind of there. A slow start. You see an air ball three-pointer, a missed dunk. You know, there was a few possessions where you're like, okay, he still needs to get his feet under him. But then he did. It was like riding a bike. Saw it shortly into the second half where he had a few possessions in a row where he got a layup, then he got a mid-range shot, and you could just tell that Jayson Tatum felt like he was back. And then second game versus the Cavs, he has a 20-point game and has like the dagger three-pointer, like not really skipping a beat. He's not on minutes restrictions technically, but we're still high 20s. I think both games he's played like 27 minutes a game. So hopefully by the end of the year, that's up to mid 30s for him. But yeah, it's Jayson Tatum's here and doesn't seem like he's playing much different. So just good to see him back playing basketball. Crazy. We were talking about it last month that Jayson Tatum just needs to wait, not rush it. But he's here, and Celtics are 2-0 with him there. So it's good to see him back.
Yeah, 20 points in his second game, goes 6 for 16, but you have to contextualize the shooting. He went 2 for 9 from 3. So 7 of those misses came on 3-point shots. Like a pretty solid game out of 27 minutes for Tatum. I'm just so hyped that this man is back on the floor. He's great for basketball. We all want to see it. And with the Celtics playing as well as they did, and now they get Tatum with 15 games to truly get his legs under him before we go into the postseason. If you're Detroit, maybe that's why Detroit's losing games. Tatum is back. The magnitude of this is just, it's crazy. He's great for basketball. To have this guy here, for how hard he's worked, everything he's meant to the game. I'm so happy for him, especially because there's so many fans that and they can't praise Jaylen Brown without tearing down Tatum and vice versa. And it truly doesn't have to be that way. These two are both independently great players that, when together, have been fantastic in the Eastern Conference. Man, I can't wait to watch the next Celtics game. Like, the Celtics are must-see TV right now.
We got more hype in the East again. Like you said, this is a must-see team, and they're creeping up in the East. Like, it's getting closer. You might see this team end up as the 1 seed now. Like, Jayson Tatum does not hurt them.
They're only back 2.5 games. That's not much.
The gap is getting closed, and you just added, I will say, when Jayson Tatum is healthy, there's no doubt in my mind that is a top 5 player in the league. If he continues to play the way that he has been playing and gets a few games under him, this is a contending team for sure. The only reason they weren't last year is because Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles. So watch out in the East right now.
The Celtics have 2 of the top 15 players in the league. Rarely do you see many other teams that have that type of composition. And Derek White is incredible. Peyton Pritchard is incredible. They've got quality play out of their bigs. They've got 3-point shooting, one of the best coaches in the league. You look at these guys like, you don't want to play Boston. You don't. And this was the year we thought that the East was going to be depleted. because Tatum was out and because we didn't have Halliburton. But now you're looking at the Knicks, the Cavs, Detroit, and Boston. You want to watch those 4 teams play basketball.
Yeah, this second round of the Eastern Conference is going to be good.
Oh,
First
yeah.
round, you're going to weed out the bad teams, but like you said, those 4 teams is going to be must-watch playoff basketball. I'm excited for the Eastern Conference Finals now.
Oh, yeah. Now talking about Detroit. Detroit's been backsliding a little bit. They're 5-5 in their last 10, lost 4 straight games, still sitting at the 1 spot. But what is happening right now in Detroit?
Just a little bit of a slide. I mean, this is the NBA. Biggerstaff talked about this. This is what happens in the NBA. Like, every team is capable of winning. When you have a loss to the Nets, it kind of proves it. That's one of the worst teams of basketball, and the Pistons have been playing great basketball. Before this, they'd won 8 of their last 9 games. So a slide is going to happen. I don't care what team you are. The 73-9 Warriors, 24 games in a row and then drop it to the Bucks. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to lose games, but they blow a 23-point lead, I think it was, versus the Nets. Cade's not playing that game, so you can toss a little bit of, load management / injuries in there. But a 4-game slide, I don't think it's too big of a deal. A couple of their losses are versus good teams. Cavs are in there. You have the Spurs in there, of course. And then Miami. Miami's been on a 5-game winning streak. They've been hot right now. We recently beat the Hornets, too, who have been hot. A few games that it just happens to be, scheduling. They lose a few. But I still think we see them top 2 seed. But slide is kind of bad to have when you're 60 games in. Interesting time to have it, but still the Pistons.
If you're a Pistons fan, there's no need to worry. You play the Nets, the Sixers that might not have Maxey after the hand injury that happened at the end of the game last game, the Grizzlies, Raptors is a tough game, and then Wizards twice and the Warriors. Right, so you have a pretty easy stretch of basketball. You extend that to the next 10 games. They've got a good stretch to get their momentum going before they end up playing the Timberwolves and the Thunder as a 2-game stretch. So I'm looking at Detroit, and yeah, you're going to have these types of moments. Would you have wanted it to not happen? Of course, nobody wants to lose this many games in a row, but I don't think there's much to be concerned about. They just need to stay consistent, and shots are going to fall, and Detroit's going to be back to doing Detroit things.
Agreed.
Now we need to talk about the best team in basketball. Rhoman, the best team in basketball is the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby is taking his game to another level. The Spurs are must-see TV. I'm watching them in garbage time because I enjoy watching this team play ball right now. The team composition with Fox starting at the point guard and then Harper coming off the bench. Castle is solid. Vassell is a great shooter. Champagnie has been awesome. And then the dynamic of Cornette with Wemby. And I'm loving the minutes that Carter Bryant is getting off the bench. Keldon Johnson as their vet, the minutes he's giving them and the way that he steps up on defense. The Spurs, it feels like fundamental Spurs basketball, but it's fun to watch.
I completely agree. The composition of this team is working out perfectly. You mentioned that Fox is your starting point guard. I think is able to lift a little bit of the weight off of Stephon Castle, and he takes more of a defensive role guarding the best player. And that's what you need, a younger athletic guy trying to stop the best player on the other end. And he has been really good. We've seen the statistics when he's guarding Cade, when he's guarding Jaylen Brown, when he's guarding Luka. He is a very good on-ball defender. He stays active on the defensive, and he's been great for them. Devin Vassell, one of the best kick-out shooters that you can have in the league. He has been super efficient from the three-point line this year. Wemby, it seems every game he's just gaining a little bit more confidence. The step-back threes, the put-back dunks, the lobs, you can throw it anywhere. And like you said, their bench has been beautiful. The best team in basketball, no doubt. I don't care what type of power rankings you want to give them, but 15-1 since February 1st. Nobody competes with that right now. So if we're leading into the playoffs, you don't want to match up with the Spurs.
I feel like De'Aaron Fox has gotten more shifty lately. I don't know what it is, but when he crossed up Kawhi, when he broke Kawhi and hit that shot, and he's added he's always been fast, but he feels more twitchy this season than in years past, which is awesome. I've never cheered for the San Antonio Spurs in my life, but man, I want to see Wemby win.
Can you not root for him?
He's magnetic, man. He really is magnetic.
It's a great balance between the competitiveness and just high-spirited young player who recognizes the moment and has the leadership necessary. And doesn't have bad moments with the media, with his coaches, with his teammates. Just a guy that the only reason you don't want to root for him is if you're not a Spurs fan and because he's a cheat code. It is truly the only reason that you wouldn't root for them. But yeah, I'm happy to see it. I can't be mad at it.
How did you feel about him crying after the game? A lot of people were saying this is everything everybody wanted. Other people are saying, why are you crying after a regular season game? How did that land for you?
It's good because I think every game should be treated equally if you are a top dog in the NBA. Regular season games determine what's going to be happening for the playoffs. And to have him so emotional after having 2 bad years, like he's a vet in the NBA, it's just really cool to see that emotion displayed in the NBA because I feel like I've mentioned this before. There's so many guys who try and act like they have this tough energy in the league when you could just be real and authentic and you would probably get a better reaction from fans and media. But, some players have to play that character. But Wemby is just himself on the court, willing to show his emotions, willing to be that guy who can lead while being a force no matter what. So it's just, I love to see the emotional side of it. It's good.
For any of our long-term listeners, I'm a Timberwolves fan. I have not sworn off my allegiance to the Wolves. It's still the Wolves 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday, okay? I'm just saying, if the Wolves aren't winning it, you might catch me rooting for Victor Wembanyama. That's all I'm saying. Now, talking about my Wolves, the Timberwolves have quietly creeped up to the 3rd spot in the Western Conference. This has been behind some incredible performances from Anthony Edwards. It feels like he has these scoring flurries where first quarter he'll drop 17. Third quarter he'll score 5. He'll hit 5 straight shots. Dominant high-end 40-point games. He is entering this scoring flow state in some of his games where it just doesn't matter if there's 1 defender, 2 defenders. He's hitting 3-pointers. He's hitting a bump fade off the glass. He's doing whatever he wants to do with the basketball right now. And they are now at the 3 spot. Can the Timberwolves hold this position long term?
Yes. Now that they've established the roster, I think that we're not going to see a slide from them heading into the playoffs. I don't think Ant slows down. He's playing like an MVP right now. We say quietly crept into the 3 seed just because of all the hot teams that we have. You still have Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, Luka, LeBron. Like, there's such big names in the West that he kind of goes underrated just because he's still so young. But they're the 3 seed now. A game over all 3 of those teams that I just mentioned. 8-2 in their last 10. Ant is averaging 30 over those last 10 games. 45% from the 3-point line. Like you said, the scoring just comes in flurries. Seems like even if he heads into about the 4th quarter with 12 points, you're going to get a random section of him just having 6 straight buckets, and all of a sudden Ant has 28 points. This is what you expect from a scorer of his level, and this is what you can expect from a team that is potentially competing for a championship. You have to have that type of scorer, not to throw out the comparisons, but he's scoring at a level that we see from a Kobe Bryant, from a Michael Jordan, and that comparison is not light. I think we're going to see a good career from him. He's already been to the Western Conference Finals a couple times. So you might just randomly see this team beat your favorite team in the West. And I don't think we should be surprised. We've already seen it in the past in the roster construction from this team too. You have your star. They added DeSumo, who's been great for them. DiVincenzo's been a great shooter. Jaden McDaniels has been their defender who can also score random 20 points per game. Julius Randle is that power forward who can score the ball, really aggressive. And Rudy Gobert to back it up on the defensive end. Just a great team that has quietly crept into that 3 seed, and I think we'll stay there.
I really like the dynamic of the Ayo Dosunmu and Bones Highland backcourt. When those 2 players are together, everything that they struggled with Conley was just like they were not able to push the pace. They struggled with outside shooting. He's just been down as he's gotten older. But Ayo and Bones Highland, they push the ball aggressively when Ant's off the floor. Ayo's fantastic in the fast break. He's one of the best players in the league in the fast break. He's also one of the best players by 3-point shooting percentage in the league. So he was the perfect pickup because he comes in And he's dynamic and he's opening floor space for Naz Reid. And then Bones Highland is getting these open looks and he's confidently shooting the ball. And so obviously Dante's been great. Rudy Gobert is doing what he does. Julius Randle, I feel, is about what you'd expect from Julius. But when I look at the issue with the Timberwolves over the last couple seasons is their second unit was not able to produce any scoring. And so when they were playing against these top teams, like in Oklahoma City, their second unit couldn't even come close to Oklahoma City's second unit. And so you have to deplete Anthony Edwards completely to even try to stay in the game. That's not happening in this stretch of basketball that we're seeing. That backcourt is really opening the floor and creating a lot more fast break opportunities with Naz Reid and a big that loves to run and is happy to handle the ball as well. So I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Minnesota.
That's a great shout out. I think you did need to get a little bit younger at the guard position. Adding DeSumo and also Bones Highland, you'll take the highs with the lows with Bones because, yeah, he'll randomly hit 3 straight 3-pointers and get the crowd going. So I think you need that type of energy heading into the playoffs. If they were to win, we could have a potential Jordan Poole type of run that we could be seeing from Bones Highland. So I like the addition, and him getting minutes has been really good for them.
Okay, sticking with young teams, the Charlotte Hornets are making a case to be a playoff team. Right now, they're sitting at the 10 spot, so vying for a play-in spot, 500, 7-3 in their last 10, and I'm telling you, with an injury to Maxey, with an inconsistent Hawks team at times, with the Bucks being the Bucks with Giannis, who's stopping the Hornets from claiming a 7 or 8 spot in the postseason?
I don't think anybody is. I think you do have to look at, first 40 games versus second 40 games in an NBA season. And even if we're looking at since the beginning of the year for the Hornets, 21-10 since the beginning of the year. This is a winning basketball team when they're healthy. They have a 9-game winning streak in there. They have a 6-game winning streak in there. And their most recent loss, the end of their winning streak, was against the Heat, who have been on a streak. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. But the scoring trio of Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and Con Knuppel, it's working. It took some time to fill out the roster, but man, has this team been rolling, and man, has it been fun to watch. You catch the Hornets playing your favorite team who's a top 5 seed in whatever conference, and they might blow them out by 30 just because they have that. They have the youth, they have the energy, and if it's a hot night for them, you are not beating them right now. So I would not be surprised if this team ends up being that 7 or 8 seed. Obviously, we know they're not going to surpass and get into that out of that play-in spot, but they're past 500. This is a winning basketball team now. Watch out for them in that play-in run specifically. I wouldn't want to match up with them if, 76ers, Hawks. I would not want to see the Hornets.
There's something about teams like this that score by committee, right? You don't have one guy that's scoring 28 a game with this huge usage rate. You have a handful of guys that are all scoring 18 to 22. And so we can't just double one player. Like, we really have to match up well across the board because any one of these guys is going to go off. Con, LaMelo, Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller, now you see why he said Paul George is his favorite player. He's trying to be Paul George. Like, he is trying to become Paul George. It's hard to stop a team like this, right? When you play against the Lakers and they've got Luka, we got to get at Luka. When you play against the Knicks, we're going at Jaylen Brunson. Same thing with Detroit. We're going at Cade. But with these guys, who are you going to go after? You going to target LaMelo? Okay, no worries. Con's going to give you a bunch of threes and Brandon's going to dunk on somebody. Everybody's bought into the system. That's what stands out to me. Scoring like this feels like you have a lot of players bought into a system of basketball that is working for them. And I'd love to see the Hornets in the postseason.
Yeah, and it's been new additions, losing players. Miles Bridges is still there. Diabate, who signed with them, wasn't even a drafted player, got picked up by the team and has been a great starting center. Sion James off the bench for them has been amazing. So this team just has a lot of pieces, and they've been great.
We have to talk about the Lakers, right? You can't have a basketball podcast and not talk about the Lakers, especially because I don't think we did last time. Rhoman, help me understand why you think Luka and Austin Reaves play so well when LeBron is not playing,
It's just the style of play is able to switch. LeBron's been playing for so long now that I think it kind of shows up. We haven't seen this team win a championship since 2020. I think that was kind of the peak of what LeBron could be for the Lakers. He had Anthony Davis, but this isn't his team anymore. This is Luka's team now, and we have a small sample size. We have 11 games of no LeBron with Austin Reaves and Luka as the top duo. They're 9-2 in those games. AR becomes the best second option in the NBA when LeBron isn't playing. Not to discredit LeBron at all. One of the greatest players of all time, but he's getting older. The defensive effort isn't there. The effort sometimes goes away from LeBron, even on the offensive end, and he just attracts a lot of attention. So AR's not able to do what he wants. Luka isn't able to do what he wants. We saw it on a game-winning shot that Luka passes up to give to LeBron. I'm not saying that the Lakers are 100% better without him, but I'm excited to see what the Lakers could potentially be, heading into next year if LeBron is to sign with Cleveland, because he's not a modern basketball player. He's been doing this for so long. The game is different now, and the Lakers are just a better team without LeBron.
I just think you can't have three guys that all have a similar play style. And what I mean by that is I need the ball in my hands to do something meaningful, and I am not good on defense. Austin Reaves needs the ball in his hands to cross somebody up, get to the hole, do something with the ball. Luka obviously needs the ball in his hands and wants and commands the ball to be in his hands. But same with LeBron, right? Like LeBron's not this all-time off-ball player. When he went to Miami, Wade became the off-ball player. When he played with Kyrie, Kyrie became the off-ball player. That's what he does. And that's okay. That's how he's been able to win. But you can't have three guys that all demand the ball at that level and don't show up on the defensive end and are not willing to take the challenge, right? You got three people playing Olay defense. That's just never going to work. And so I agree with you. The Lakers fans deserve to see a Lakers team with Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic running the team and a quality roster built around those two. And LeBron James deserves to get a farewell tour somewhere that's going to accept him for where he's at in his career and gives him a good run.
Yeah. Not to say that the Lakers wouldn't give him, the farewell tour, which they would. I mean, he won a championship with them, but I'll say it again. I would just love to see what a potential LeBron-less Lakers could do with that scoring duo who's averaging 60 points a game of AR and Luka. Because, I mean, we've seen it. Even AR's coming off of an injury, but there's just a different level of confidence that he gets when he knows if it's not Luka, it's his team. Like, it's his offense. He gets the opportunity to have 30 points, to have 35 points. And we saw flashes of it with LeBron, but like you said, there's just too much offense to go around for this team, and LeBron still attracts too much attention.
This is also still a guy, like, when you really think about LeBron and just how insane his career is, there's Wilt stats and then there's LeBron stats. Like, anytime they're showing a player, like I saw they showed Dyson Daniels' top 5 players that were able to stack up a handful of numbers in the Hawks versus Sixers game. And there's LeBron James, the youngest player to ever do it. Like, you always are seeing LeBron's name at the top or Wilt's name at the top. But just another one. LeBron, when you sit back and you think about it, LeBron has 184 playoff wins. Rhoman, there's 8 teams with more playoff wins than LeBron James. 8 teams. Like, when you just sit back and just think about that, this guy, his Rolodex of playoff moments is all time. It's incredible. And it's just been so fun to get to watch LeBron James over the course of the last 2 decades just continue to dominate the game of basketball. He's crazy.
LeBron is the greatest engine that we've ever seen in the game of basketball. The greatest athlete that we've ever seen in the game of basketball. He might be the greatest athlete of all time. I mean, the longevity thing does not convert to winning, but if you want to talk about just an individual player who has sustained a career for a very long time, nobody in the history of sports has done it like LeBron James. To have that many playoff wins, like, we want to talk about basketball as a team sport, and this man has more playoff wins than 20-plus franchises. If we're not talking greatest peak of all time, LeBron is the greatest athlete that we've ever seen play basketball. There's no doubt in my mind about that. It's incredible.
Yeah. I loved the way you put it, the greatest engine of all time. This guy goes to any franchise and guarantees you a title. That's what he does.
It's just
It's
made a
great.
standard. It's just an unbelievable standard that he's put up for any team that he plays for.
Okay, so I was thinking about this. With LeBron. Why don't we ask LeBron James any questions comparing players from eras? Like, this guy has played against so many NBA players. Like, we can't ask him, hey, you've seen Yao Ming in his prime, and just the fact that he was larger than life. How does Wemby compare to Yao Ming? How does Wemby defensively compare to a prime Dwight Howard? Because he played against prime Dwight Howard. How does Tim Duncan as a power forward compare to Giannis as a power forward with the game changing and the impact that these players have? How close is Anthony Edwards to Kobe Bryant? Like, why are we not asking LeBron these types of questions when he played against all of these players?
It's because nobody's asking these questions like the Swishlist Podcast is. That's why, first of all. You need to get us, LeBron, Steve Nash, get us on Mind the Game. We need to be there so we can ask these questions specifically.
Yeah, tag Mind the Game below. We need to be on the pod, yeah.
Tag Mind the Game below so we can get on the podcast to ask LeBron the real questions that fans want to hear. But the real reason that I think is we just got to wait for LeBron to retire. I know he gives players flowers. Like, LeBron's one of the most respectful players. He's always giving players flowers. Shout out to any player that he plays against. Very respectful dude. But I think there's going to be a different level when he retires. We're going to get to see a different side of LeBron that we haven't seen before, where he can just completely convert to not the competitive level that he's been at. And, you know, especially active players, I don't think you want to give those types of shout outs right now while you're in the middle of the season. So that would be my main reason is LeBron just needs to retire, and then he'll give you any answer when he gets on a podcast.
All right. I like it. LeBron played in the 2000s, the 2010s, and he's going to play in the majority of the 2020s. So, like, he really has played in 3 eras of basketball and would be able to truly evaluate all 3. And I don't see LeBron as the kind of guy that, you know, records one podcast and then a network has to stretch it out over the entire NBA season. I could see LeBron giving legitimate commentary over the course of the next few years until he becomes an owner of the next expansion team. I don't know. I feel like we need to ask LeBron more of these questions. I have to ask. I've got a shooting guard gauntlet for you of current NBA players. I want to know how these players stack up. Level 1, Stephon Castle versus Austin Reaves.
Oh, I'm going to take Stephon Castle. I think we get both sides of the ball from him. I've seen what he's been able to do on the defensive end against some of the top guards in the league. And then we also get random 40-point triple-doubles from this guy. We know the level of scorer that he is capable of being. I think you have to throw the fact that he's year 2 into it, just how incredible that he has been. But the only thing that I can think of that AR is better than him at is just individual scoring. But other than that, I think Stephon Castle beats him in every other category.
Level 2, Stephon Castle versus Devin Booker.
Oh, currently.
Yeah, today.
Man.
This NBA right now.
Devin Booker's coming off an injury. But I don't know. I'm going to stick with Stephon. Again, I'm going to take it back to the defensive end. He still puts up consistent 20 points per game multiple times. Seems like the only other player that's doing that for the team is Wemby. You can obviously throw De'Aaron Fox in there. Devin Vassell randomly does it. But the consistency that I'm seeing out of Stephon Castle on this potential number 1 seed in the West, if they continue to play, is outweighing whatever Devin Booker is doing for the Suns right now.
Devin Booker might have the best fadeaway of this generation.
This isn't one-on-one. This is the player that I'm taking in today's game.
Just saying, you might get some heat. Listen, level 3, Stephon Castle versus Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, this is where I got to draw the line. I think impact really does matter, and Donovan Mitchell, when healthy, is still a top 3 shooting guard in the league. He's definitely putting up over 30 a game. This is where it's going to outweigh whatever defensive impact that he's having for the Spurs. If we're looking at a number 1 option, I've never seen that out of Stephon Castle, but I've seen it from Donovan Mitchell. I know the potential that we've seen out of him. And Cavs have been the number 1 seed. They were last year, and Donovan Mitchell was leading that offense. They've gone through some injuries with the Cavs, but at this point, I can't take Stephon Castle over Donovan Mitchell.
Level 4, Donovan Mitchell versus Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is having an MVP year. Jayson Tatum just comes back, but this has been his squad all year, and they've been successful. 2 seed consistently throughout the year, and guess who's been leading them? Jaylen Brown. Been really efficient from the mid-range. Seems like we get a poster from him every single game. He's also still a really good defender in the NBA, and he's anchoring an offense that is number 2 in the league without another superstar. Derek White is his second option for the team. I look at him finishing 3rd in MVP voting this year. So with the numbers that he's putting up and the way that he's been anchoring this entire Celtics team, you have to go Jaylen Brown.
And level 5, Jaylen Brown versus Anthony Edwards.
Currently, it's really tough. There's no right answer here.
This is painful, but there is a right answer.
Currently, I'm going to catch flack for it from you especially, but I am sticking with Jaylen Brown.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If we're talking who has had more impact for their team, I think just because it is a surprise too, maybe that outweighs it. But I mean, what's your case here? There's not too much of a number difference. There's not a record difference.
You're trolling.
Jaylen Brown has a finals MVP.
You're trolling.
What you got for me?
Anthony Edwards is a better offensive player. He's a better player. He's better at putting the ball in the bucket.
Statistically, he's not, though. Not this year.
He is. Yes,
Statistically, he's not this year.
You're watching the games. You're watching the games just as much as I'm watching the games.
Jaylen Brown has he's a better offensive threat overall. He distributes the ball better.
No.
Yes.
He can't dribble.
He definitely does.
He doesn't have a better bag. He does not have a better bag.
He distributes the ball better. I didn't say he has a better bag.
And I'm telling you the differences. He doesn't have a better
but
bag.
you can't just go better bag, Moses. That's not what we're talking about. No.
People do it for Kyrie all the time. Listen, he's got a better bag. You can't deny it.
Does that make him the better player?
No. He's a better player. No, it's just one of many reasons why. He's a better three-point shooter.
No, as of right now,
he's a better
offensive threat. Overall, I'm giving it to Jaylen Brown.
He's a better dunker. He's a better dunker. At the rim.
I wouldn't even give him better dunker. He's more athletic, but Jaylen Brown is up there.
Okay. See,
he's had just as many posters this year.
No, you're trolling. No,
Jaylen Brown has had just as many.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I'm giving it to the guy who's going to finish 3rd in MVP voting this year for the way he's anchored the Eastern Conference, terrible Eastern Conference. He's anchored it to the 2 seed.
If you've got him at 3, then Ant's the MVP. That's all I'm saying.
No, what?
Okay.
Ant's not better than SGA. Ant's not better than Jokic.
I know, but that's how delusional you'd have to be to put Jaylen at the 3 spot.
No, you sound like a delusional Timberwolves fan right now.
I am a Timberwolves fan, and Ant is better than him, okay? Ant is better than him. Yes, he is.
He's not. No.
He is.
Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments. Who are you taking as of right now?
You did this on purpose.
You did this on purpose.
You knew what this was going to do. You did this on purpose.
You wanted to shout out your favorite player in the NBA, and I want to give you the facts that Jaylen Brown is a better option right now.
This is ridiculous. Okay, so if you're going to start an NBA franchise today, you're telling me you would take Jaylen Brown over Anthony Edwards?
No, I would take Anthony Edwards.
Okay, so what are we doing? So
you told me who's better currently. That was the question. Moses, you're switching the question. You can't do that and expect the same answer. Moses, you can't switch the question on me.
We're sick of you, man.
Obviously, if we're talking about starting a franchise, you're going to take Anthony Edwards. Currently, number 1 option, I'm taking Jaylen Brown.
No, he's the better player. Okay. I can't even believe it.
You got some recency bias in these last 10 games. That's what's going on. I would be too. If somebody told me the facts about your favorite player, I would be sweating too.
No, dude, the best player in Boston just came back. His name's Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, that's fine. He's the second option. He still has one more finals MVP than the better player. So
he's the second option, which means he's not as good as the first option, Anthony Edwards, in the West with the Timberwolves. And you know it.
No, if we're starting a franchise, I'll take Ant. But as of right now, I think the more impactful player over the course of the entire season leading up to now
Get me out.
It's got to be Jaylen Brown.
Whatever, dude. Moving on.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
All right, go for it. One-on-one matchups. What you got, Rhoman?
All right.
Dang, dude.
We went with all-time matchups last time. So this time, I want to give you current ones. First matchup, Luka versus Ant.
Oh, man. Hold on. Anthony Edwards beats Luka Doncic one-on-one. He is significantly more athletic, can elevate over the top of Luka, and Luka's Olay defense will not be able to stop Anthony Edwards at all. I'm not saying Luka's not going to get his buckets, but Ant is going to win that matchup. I'm going to take Ant.
Okay. Next matchup, Jaylen Brunson versus Stephen Curry.
Oh, see, Jaylen's not getting the foul calls. His, head fake, head bump kind of stuff's not doing him any favors. Steph Curry's got a deeper bag than Jaylen Brunson. He is the all-time shooter. He can shoot from anywhere. And I'm going to take Steph.
Next matchup, Kawhi versus Jaylen Brown.
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has a better handle than Jaylen Brown. He has a better bag than Jaylen Brown. He is bigger than Jaylen Brown. And he's a better defender than Jaylen Brown. There are very few things Jaylen Brown could do better than Kawhi Leonard. Even today, Kawhi Leonard today. So this is Kawhi Leonard. He clears.
Tyrese Maxey versus Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, this is crazy. This is actually really tough.
Because Tyrese is faster.
Tyrese is fast.
Individual game, Donovan Mitchell ISO ball, but not a lot can compare.
Donovan's so good. The base on his jump shot. I feel like sometimes when Tyrese shoots the ball, because of how fast he plays, he looks a little bit off balance. Like sometimes his fade, it feels like he's not in as much control as like Donovan Mitchell. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell here. I don't know if I feel good about it or bad about it. I really don't know how I feel about it, but I think about Donovan Mitchell when he was competing against Denver back in the bubble. I think about what this guy's been able to do, take two teams to number one seeds. I can't discredit Donovan. I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell here.
Okay. Last matchup, Wemby versus Giannis.
Can I plead the fifth?
No, you cannot. Are you taking the 7'5" skinnier guy or the greatest frame in the history of basketball in Giannis?
Today? Gosh. Okay, is it three? What type of one-on-one are we playing? 3 dribbles, 5 dribbles, or just straight up?
This is one-on-one. You can have as many dribbles as you want. I'm not giving you limits. There's no right answer here, Mo. Come on.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, Wemby's averaging 3 blocks a game right now. Nobody's
Giannis has a Defensive Player of the Year.
I know, but Wemby would if the 65-game rule didn't exist. I don't know, man. Wemby seems unguardable right now. Wemby's outside shooting better than Giannis's outside shooting. These two guys are just throwing it down on each other. They are dunking on each other left and right. I'm going to go Wemby. I don't know. Something about his game right now. I think I'm going to say Wemby.
I might have to disagree with you on every single one.
On every one?
Almost all of them except for Kawhi and Jaylen Brown. But I just think Luka is too big. I don't know if Ant's going to be able to do anything. This is the way that Luka plays.
Yeah, but
I don't care. You can't stop his pace. Pace of play does not matter. And if Luka knows that it's one-on-one, he's just going to take him to the paint. And then Brunson and Steph, Brunson is a one-on-one basketball player. Steph needs a 5-on-5 to create more. I think Brunson wins right now. I truly do. And then Maxey and D. Mitch, Maxey's 6'4". Donovan Mitchell's 6'1". And Donovan Mitchell is not known as a defender to me. I think Maxey wins there. And then these other two, Kawhi and Jaylen Brown, I think is close, especially right now. But then Wemby versus Giannis, I just think Giannis is just going to drive downhill and just move Wemby every single time.
I think Wemby's rookie season. I think Wemby's rookie season for sure, but Wemby is deceptively bigger than he was before. I don't know.
Yeah, I just
I'm I am now a Wemby fan. Like, I am a Wemby fan from this point forward, and so the delusion is starting to creep in for sure.
No, yeah, I think this is, if we're talking about like top guys in the league, you could probably switch like Wemby and Giannis where they're at. It's like that 4 or 5 right now. Anywhere from 3 to 5, that's where those guys are.
Sure.
So I don't think there's a wrong pick, but I'm gonna take Giannis just because I still think Giannis would just dominate in the post. Some of the dunks that I see him do just off vert, I'm like, I don't think anybody's blocking that. I don't think Wemby's gonna be able to block that. So
We're not really closing this out on a good note. Like, I don't want to talk to you for a while.
okay, but this is good. Like, I think me and you agree too much, Moses. Like, we need to, I want to get it to the point where I'm debating with you. Like, I want to get more.
Yeah, but that means
You're wrong.
One of us has to take a bogus debate. That's the thing.
No, I don't think it has to be that, though.
No, but it does.
I think everybody has opinions in basketball. I think me and you do see the game very similarly. But I think I just need to be a little bit more passionate sometimes and be like, no, Moses, you are wrong here. This is not going to, people are not going to agree with you here. So your one-on-one matchups, I am very excited to see what people say because I disagree with you on 4 out of 5 of those.
Oh my word, dude.
In current NBA, I think so. But one-on-one is a completely different game.
Current NBA, Maxey might not even have his left hand to play with.
Okay, did you see it? Steph doesn't have his knee.
No, but did you see it? Did you see him get hit?
Yes, his hand.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be. I mean, it's not like a major injury, but I think he's out for 2 weeks, and it's not even. It's just gonna be some like strain or something like that. Because
you think they're telling the truth, dude? Because I think something's broken. How do you strain your hand? I think he broke something.
I guess we'll know probably within the next couple days. I don't know why they would have any reason to save face.
They have no Paul George, no Embiid, no Maxey.
But you know who they do got?
3-point shooting Andre Drummond.
You know I was going to say it. Bro, Andre Drummond has been pulling 3-pointers. Like late clock, not even late clock. You kick it to the corner and he's actually shooting. What is the NBA now?
Bro saw what Blake Griffin did when he went to Detroit and was like, that's going to be me now. I'm pulling up from 3.
Watch out for the duo of Quentin Grimes and Andre Drummond in 2026. These guys are balling.
Listen, Andre Drummond is the exact reason why I have even more of an issue with some players. Like, you're telling me if Andre Drummond can consistently shoot a 3-ball as a set 3-ball, Rudy Gobert can't shoot a 3-ball? You're telling me he can't develop a consistent 3-ball if we're seeing Drummond, who was a 20 and 14 guy, playing exclusively in the paint. You're telling me we can't get that out of some of these other NBA centers? They can't give us a serviceable 3-point shot?
Okay, this is my response to that is Rudy can shoot the 3-pointer. I remember seeing the clip of him and Wemby 1v1ing and Rudy shooting the 3-pointer. It's just, and the NBA you have such a specific role to your team that I think we can't expand that. And we're getting better at it as time goes on, but you know the Timberwolves are telling Rudy to never shoot a 3-pointer. Don't ever shoot a 3-pointer because I've seen him. He warms up and takes 3-pointers.
Like, how is there a world where Rudy at the 3-point line is good for your offense at any point because he's not able to rebound the ball? Because he's actually pulling down pretty consistent like offensive rebound numbers right now. He's been a solid rebounder. That's fair. No, that's okay. That's fair. I will give you.
But no matter what, I don't care if Ant is shooting a 30-footer. I like the odds of that better than a Rudy Gobert 3-pointer. And maybe he just needs to say, F it. Let me try a 3-pointer once a game to just see what happens. But
what if he just goes into the postseason and he just becomes just a lights out 3-point shooter?
NBA champion 2026 Timberwolves, 100%. If you can
they hide
put Rudy at the 3-point line.
They hide it for 82 games and he just starts just drilling threes in the postseason. Be amazing.
Did you just invent the method for cheating your way to a championship in the next few seasons? Just hide what you plan on doing for the playoffs?
Listen, the Celtics were forced to hide Jayson Tatum because of the injury. We don't know what we're going to get out of Jayson.
It's conspiracy theory. Jayson Tatum faked an Achilles injury just so that they could win a championship this year.
But think about it, dude. If you were like a team like the Cavs or the Knicks or like Denver, like, you're making the postseason without question. you know that the team thinks they have you scouted. Imagine you just literally flip the game and you just have a
It's kind of
completely
ideal.
different play style. It would be
Yeah,
amazing. It would
they've
be
done it
incredible, dude.
perfectly.
If it worked, you're a coaching savant. And if it doesn't work and you get bounced in the postseason, you're getting fired. You're going to
Yeah,
lose your job.
yeah. But like this could potentially be like, if you run into the Celtics in the playoffs, it's like we only have a 20-game sample size of Jayson Tatum playing with this team. So what
Mhm.
can you really do when you get to the playoffs? Because everybody who really watches basketball knows playoff basketball is completely different. Like game
Oh,
plan does
incredible.
sometimes just completely go out the window, especially when the stars are playing like stars.
Mhm.
So you gave Jaylen Brown the opportunity to have the confidence of a number one option for an entire season. Then you just add Jayson Tatum back to the lineup with 20 games to go. Yeah, this might be scary.
Rhoman, speaking of injuries, Caleb Wilson. What did he do? I think he broke his thumb dunking.
Out
Out
for the
for the
year?
se Yeah, out for the year, man. Like, I'm so bummed, dude. I'm a UNC guy. Lived in North Carolina multiple times. I've been a UNC fan for just about my entire life. This sucks because now we don't even get to see him in the tournament. Do you think he slides at all in the draft? I don't. I think Boozer's stock is rising right now. I think DeBosa's stock is falling right now because of BYU's record because they don't have Richie Saunders. But like, I'm crushed that this kid doesn't get to keep playing.
Yeah, it hurts, especially with the way that UNC have been playing, like the game versus Duke and everything. Like he's legit. And
Yeah.
honestly, this might just help with everybody who's falling. Like it seems like all the reports that I'm seeing is Darren Peterson not available, falling in the draft. AJ can't win when he is the number one option. The only person, like you said, is rising is Boozer. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, that it really hurts to see it because it's UNC. UNC was back. They were here. They were going to be good. They were going to be really good, especially coming out that win versus Duke. Like that was so fun to see. So you hate to see it, but I don't think it hurts his draft stock at all because it's a hand injury. He'll be at the combine and everything. So it just sucks to see though because it's March. We're here. We're about to get into it. Like college
Oh, yeah.
basketball is about to be there. So you want to see
Yeah.
all these guys healthy. Like it's another year where you have a potential like top 8 teams who could be winning a championship this year. But yeah, it just takes UNC out of it, honestly.
Roman, this was a fun one, even though I just can't stand talking to you right now. It was still a good episode, I think, for the most part. I want to talk about Extracted a little bit. I was watching the Jazz Nuggets game, so I wasn't at the premiere with you and the fam. My wife and the kids were there, which is awesome. I'm glad they were able to make it. But the show's getting interesting. And we finally got to hear you talking about basketball.
Bro, I've been waiting so long. The amount of hours of footage that they have of me just talking about basketball. Like, you do not realize what I was doing every day just to keep sane. Like, I would lay down and just be like, okay, let's name every MVP since the merger in the 60s. Here we go. Let's name every team that's won the finals since the merger. Because that's what I study is like back to the merger of basketball, of the ABA and the NBA. And just stuff like that. I did have days of just naming every starting 5 in basketball today. Who was the best 3-point shooter by year? Who was the biggest threat by year? Who won MVP every single season? Just sitting there talking about it. And even the clips that they did show, it's like the most weird clips. It's me talking about Jalen Williams having 40 points in the finals last year versus my Pacers. And I don't even remember talking about that. And then the other one is me quoting the Dame shot to send the Blazers. They win the playoff series for the first time in 14 years.
Yeah.
Just really weird clips to use. But man, if you know basketball, I probably talked about it while I was out there. That's why I want the footage so bad, because there is just hours and hours of footage of me just not even giving like hot takes or anything, but just talking about everything that I know about the game of basketball.
Okay, so talk to me about this episode. Like, what stood out to you? What did you hate? It's the scavenger hunt challenge.
Yeah, so I think people have already talked about this on podcasts, so I'm allowed to talk about it. TV magic, man. I did not only have 2. I had 5 of them. And hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this. I don't think I will because people have already said stuff, but I had 5 of them. You know what a lily pad is, people. I found a lily pad. The only one that I messed up was the goldenrod. Like, I found a toad. I went and found the aster on the other side of
Yeah.
our area. Like, I found a little bit more. And me and Summer and Amy were talking about it. We did finish in the bottom, but I think we all had 5 of them. We did not only have 2, but it just makes for good TV magic. But yeah, when I was doing that, I thought I was doing great. Like, I had all the items. I was like, yeah, I got reindeer moss. Yeah, I got goldenrod, like showing it to the camera. And what people don't see is the way that they edit it together is you guys are hearing somebody say that the challenge is over. I'm still out there 2 hours away from my campsite searching for items. And the only time I know that it's over is when I get back to my campsite. Like, the challenge probably ended an hour before, and I'm still just searching for these things. But
What?
it's 4 o'clock. I'm like, I should probably get back to my camp before it gets dark. And so I go back and I
No.
show it to the camera, and they don't even tell me. I don't know that I lost. I don't know that I'm a bottom 3 finisher. So I'm just like, Rhoman, you did great. I found the toad like last minute, right before I was headed back to my camp. And so I was like, I found the toad. Everything's good. I couldn't find a snake. I couldn't find a grasshopper, but I got everything else. I'm good. There's no way I finished last. So I get back to my campsite. I show all the items. They don't tell me how I did. So I'm just like, I'm good. And I traveled so far to get that toad and that aster. I went all the way to the swamp on the other side where the first few people are. And then I traveled back to the other side, almost to where the swamp challenge was, to get some of these items. And so I was like feeling really confident and really happy. And that's what kind of gave me the courage to go out there and get that supply drop. Like, I get back and I'm like, I hope I don't lose anything. I had to have done good. And I'm like, there's still 2 hours until it's dark out here. Let me go ahead and just go see what this orange light in the water is about. And so that's when I swim out there. I rip that tree out of the ground. I had no idea that Summer had also done it. I thought there was only one out there, and I was like being the top dog who goes, "It's it." But then I just get let down. And yeah, this is Summer's moment, and Rhoman just went second. But it was worth it. I needed cover again. It was freezing. We all know it's 27 degrees at night.
Okay. So was the bear skin actually warm? Like, how did it compare to the
No, no,
Okay.
the bear skin was tiny. Like, you see
Yeah.
videos of bear skins, it's an adult bear. Me and Summer got baby bear skins. It covered my
Okay.
upper body, and then when my upper body would get cold, I would move it to my lower body. And bear skins aren't supposed to be used as blankets. It's supposed to be used as an insulator. You're supposed to put it on the bottom of you while you have a blanket to hold the heat so that you're not on the cold ground.
Got it.
But we don't have a blanket, so I'm just using it as a blanket and, like, wrapping half of it onto my underbody, on the underside of my body to keep myself warm. But no, tiny, tiny baby. It's a baby bear skin. It was not like huge. And they don't show the footage, of course, but I'm like, this thing is small. This isn't a blanket. This is a cub. This is tiny. But then they're like, show it off to the camera. And that's when I have my like, what up, boy? You got a
Yeah.
nice little bear skin. So I'm just glad I had something to hold on to. At that point, it's just kind of like security over just, sleeping in the fetal position all night. I actually had something to hold on to. So that was really nice. And it's funny, Summer thought that I took her blanket away. She thought that me going to the crate was her blanket getting taken away, which kind of discouraged her. I don't know if this is fully true of her leaving, but I know that I played a role in her having a bad day on that day because she thought that me swimming to the other supply drop, because she can hear me on the water. I'm screaming, give me that bear skin. Give me
Sure.
my blanket. And
Sure.
she thinks that her losing her blanket is because of me going out there.
Because you have
So
no
she's,
idea. Because you have no
yeah.
idea. Yeah.
So she's told me, and Mom and Dallas have told me that she was super pissed because she thought that she was losing her blanket because of me, because it just says, due to decisions at HQ,
At HQ, you
you
lose.
must
Yeah.
lose your blanket. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so that day I was super happy, and she was not happy because she had to lose it. And I don't think it played the complete role. I think she was just kind of, once you're deflated,
You're done. Once you're
once
done.
you're done.
Yeah.
But I think it did play a small role. And because I'm just out there on the lake screaming, give me that blanket, give me my bear skin. And she interpreted as she's losing her blanket because it's going to me.
Yeah.
And another thing, they didn't show, but there was more options than just a cheeseburger. And what was the other option that they gave? The sleeping mat, I think they said. But
Sure.
the options that we had was cheeseburger, beef stew with bread, coffee Keurig. Like, I think it was multiple days of being able to drink coffee. And then it was the bear skin and a sleeping mat. So something to put under you. And looking back on it, honestly, if I had known how small the bearskin was going to be, I probably would have picked the sleeping mat. Because, like, I think the sleeping mat would have kept me more warm, but I think they knew what they were doing. Seems like season 2, it was just, how can we give these guys as little as possible? You want a bearskin? No, we're going to give you a cub skin.
They needed you guys to go home. Okay.
Shit.
They needed you guys to go. Like, they didn't actually want this isn't alone, right? This isn't go out and live for as long as you can. It is literally like, please go home.
Like 5 items. Yeah. Like, we want to see you leave. And we're almost 7 episodes in, and we still have 7 people, by the way.
Man.
Like, nobody's leaving. Everybody knew what they were getting into.
10 episodes, right?
Yeah. I think they're going to do 10 total. We're on a break. No episode tomorrow. But then, yeah, we got 4 more episodes after that, I believe, is what we're being told. Is there should be 10 just like last season, but
okay,
there's still 7 of us. So
there's a lot. And listen, the era
start raining too.
The era playing Extracted on hard mode, just the narrative continues of you just having the worst experience that I get to watch physically possible.
Yeah, everybody's commenting saying I'm staying super positive. That was my whole goal the whole time, is I knew it was going to be terrible, so why not just be as positive as I can the entire time? So, yeah, it sucked, but because I was positive out there, I look at it as the greatest experience of my life, just because I knew it was going to be terrible. Well, so far, it's been fun to watch. I love my positivity.
Okay, so no episode tomorrow.
No episode. We are on break. It is spring break for everybody, spring break for Fox as well. We are on a dead week, and then we'll pick up March 16th.
Oh, that's perfect. It means I'm not going to miss. It means I'm not going to miss it. This is fantastic.
Yeah. No watch party tomorrow. Everybody just go rewatch the first 6 episodes so you know what's going on.
Perfect. And with that, we will close out season 3, episode 20 of the Swishlist podcast. This was a fun one for you, the listener, less so for me. Really can't stand my brother right now. Sick of your face. I know we invited you over for dinner. Don't come. Don't even come to my house. I don't want to see you. I need to recover. I need my own spring break from you. So, Rhoman, please send us off so I can get to the rest of my night. Good night.
Man, we are getting more into a debate podcast now. We got to be willing to disagree with each other, and I think it's great for
Skip Bayless over here.
I think it's great for us. We need more tension, and it's got to happen. And if that means me missing dinner on a Saturday night with Mo to get him a little riled up, I'm willing to do it. For the game of basketball, for us to grow, I'm willing to do that. More angry Moses ahead in the future. More angry Rhoman ahead in the future.
You will not rage bait me. You will not.
Won't. I'll just give you my honest opinion, and you won't like it because I have more ball knowledge than you.
Have a better opinion. Just have a smarter. Just have a thought out basketball
I got more
opinion.
We'll do a quiz. We'll see who has better ball knowledge. We'll do a quiz at some point.
Just use what ball knowledge you have,
which is better than yours. So I don't even know how you can be mad at me. Man, it's hard. I got better ball knowledge and I'm a better basketball player than you. It's so tough for this for everybody to hear this. But unfortunately, I'm just the better younger brother. If you're not liking, if you're not subscribing, if you're not following. I can't even do it. Swishlist Podcast season episode 20. We are